I'd like to know what causes you to think that we should lock down an entire city, to use your words, to give an impression that we have no protection for you, no safety for you, and to lock down many of the folks who aren't committing the crimes.
Hey, this is George for Inflation.us. We're here in the city of Paterson in New Jersey. The big story here today, the mayor and the police chief have talked about actually martial law for this city. They're talking about closing down the entire city from 12 a.m. to 7 a.m. because of a small crime wave that is happening here during the summer. They're actually talking about keeping people indoors. So for all those people out there that think the police or governments can't even think about closing down a city, it's actually been proposed here by the mayor. So take a look at this. We've talked with one of the city council members, and we'll find out what he thinks is going on here.
I wanted to hear from you regarding the AP report, because that's how I heard about it. Okay.
Wow.
Right. I heard about it after the police department were on the steps of the police department announcing a curfew. And I called them and I let them know how disappointed I was. Because, first of all, what are we doing this for again? And as you said, the mayor's comment or quote is thinking outside the box and responding to crime issues, which is sort of a contradiction if this is an unusual ordinance and it's a non-emergency. First of all, it is an unusual ordinance. That we're talking about adults. But curfew is often referred to young people.
Kids that are under 18 should be inside at curfew.
We're talking for adults.
Adults? No, that's ridiculous, because they're adults. We're over age already, where we can handle ourselves and everything. But that is kind of ridiculous.
What's interesting is that the AP also was able to cite and list the 30 incidences. I'm the council president. I found out yesterday at 4 p.m. the number and had them faxed to me by the police department. End result and the impact of all this is the mayor made a comment to a constituency of urbanites who, according to his comment, what you said and what I'm hearing, is that crime and also this data has got people a bit uneasy. And he told them he recommends that they keep their kids inside to avoid being shot by drive-bys. Right. So that's about as smart as thinking outside the box when you've had almost 9 months to know what was coming.
So what do you think is the motivation for just talking about an unusual ordinance where you're talking about adults being kept indoors from 12 a.m. to 7 a.m.?
That's exactly my question. We're going to keep the adults in and let the kids run free. There's no logic to it. There's no discussion about departments and agencies. There's nothing about whether the police have the capacity to do the work, because obviously if they had it, we wouldn't be talking about this. The fact of the matter is that there was no comprehensive discussion, and if there was, why did we have to invite the world before we had a chance to figure out where we wanted to go?
Is this real?
It's not. It hasn't been approved, but the mayor and the police chief are talking about it. One of your city council members we talked to said he's totally against it.
I agree. I'm totally against it either.
What's the possible reason you could think for the mayor or the police chief to want to lock down a city, to basically lock people in their homes? What would be the reason for that? I mean, why?
I wouldn't venture to guess. I just don't know. Could be anything, and I don't know.
There's no insight you might have to the thinking of the mayor or the police chief, why they... Okay.
I'm not going to share it.
No comment on that.
No comment on that. That's right.
For adults? I thought it was for kids. Oh, no, they're not. No, that's not cool.
For kids, okay, but not for adults.
Not for adults, no.
And it might be knee-jerk. That might be the best and only thing one should say until we figure out the details, but I think it's a lot worse. I don't even want to venture to see where and what people might have been thinking at the time, but I can tell you that as a professor of political science, I'm bothered.